growing up in the church, you kind of have this envisionment of like who God is, kind of as a big scary figure who only really wants to be upset at you for the things that you do wrong.
I was the leader in the church. I was serving and I was doing all the stuff a good Christian is supposed to do. But I still didn't feel free. I felt like there was more to it than just, that we go to heaven when we die.
There's a time where I always knew I wanted more, and I always knew that God had more for me and had more for my husband and for my kids and for our church, but didn't really know how to go about getting more and learning more.
Kingdom living really introduced me to the concepts of friendship and the bride. Before I was still struck in the servant mentality. That's all I knew was to serve. And kingdom living really showed me that Jesus is my friend, that that I am the bride of Christ, and there's deep intimacy.
It frees you up to have the relationship with Him that He has called us to have, that He desires to have with us. So it's like Andrew was saying, it's not just a God looking down, pointing fingers at you, trying to tell you what to do, but it's a loving dad who wants to embrace us and be face to face with us.
Grown a lot in my boldness in a short period of time, like some of the things that I knew I had in me, but just being in kingdom living and the experiences that we had in phase one, God was really doing some things, calling those things out in my life in this season, and so and I love that I see it kind of pouring out in our family and in our church and the people that we have daily contact with. I think that's the important thing. That's why kingdom living is what it is for for the bride to be equipped and for all of us to go out and impact the world around us. So
kingdom living really showed me my identity, that I'm no longer a sinner, that I'm a saint now, and I don't have to strive anymore to receive His love. I was still living a mentality of I had to work for His affection, I had to work for His love, I had to do all this stuff to earn His attention. And kingdom living showed me that that's not the case, that I could just freely receive it, that Romans 6 talks about that I die with Christ and I rise up a new creation when I get baptized. In normal church services, you just hear a message and then go. And I was missing the activation. And it really introduced how I can interact with Jesus throughout every day of my life, that I'm way more than just a servant. Jesus is my best friend. Jesus is my lover. Jesus is all I need now. And I walk my life totally different now. The intimacy is unreal. It's unfathomable. It's perfect communion with Him. We're one.